Digital accessibility is actually fairly simple. I know it may seem confusing, but here's what you need to know. You need to identify an asset that you need to make accessible. You need to get an audit for that asset, and then you need to remediate that asset based on the issues found in that audit. And that's really all it comes down to. Of course, there are other things that are in the sphere, but when it comes to making, let's say, your website accessible, that's all you need to focus in on. Of course, there's an accessibility statement, optionally an accessibility policy. There may be other considerations in your sphere, but that's really all this comes down to: an audit and remediation. Now, that is not to say that an audit or remediation is easy, right? Like an audit, you're really going to want to hire someone or a company that is familiar with audits, experienced with audits, and they can expertly audit your website. But that's really an audit. All it is finding accessibility issues on your asset. And then remediation, you need to have someone that is capable of remediating those issues that are found in the audit. Now, sometimes those issues will be more technically complex, and other times they'll be fairly simple. So, for example, with a video, you need to make sure there is accurate closed captions available for that video. That is not technically complex. It's just time consuming. Something that would be more technically complex would be on a website, making sure that programmatically all names, states, roles, and values are any of those that are applicable to any interactive element on your website need to be in place. So that's not something that anybody can do, and in fact, some developers may not be familiar enough with accessibility to do that. But a good developer should be able to take what is in the audit, and if the audit is good, if the audit is detailed, they'll be able to understand what the audit is getting at and then remediate your code to make those different elements and or components accessible. But to summarize, all that's involved is 1, an audit, and 2, remediation. Those are the 2 things you need to focus on. And you may not want to do multiple assets at one time. Let's say you have a website and a mobile app. You may just want to concentrate on one and then the other, because either way your resources are going to be divided. And this is especially true if you've got several assets. Let's say there's 4 mobile apps and there's 10 websites. You're not going to be able to do all of those at once. Your resources are going to be divided. So I would just focus in on 1 or 2 and then move as you go. But there are many other things. Some are relevant, some not as much. But an audit and remediation is what you need to focus in on.